I am on a 700, running an Ely to King's Cross Great Northern service. This feels very wrong. Anyway, I am on my way to Cambridge North Station, which forms the start of what is most of the Cambridgeshire Guided Busway. The Cambridgeshire Guided Busway has the claim to fame of being the longest guided busway in the entire world. So that's pretty cool. It's also going to be the second guided busway I'll ever have ridden. The first one being the Lee guided busway I did in the latter half of 2024. So, should be cool. Let's get to Cambridge North. Right then, off we go. Let's head out the front. I believe the busway begins out there. Right, here we are. I believe this is where we wait. There's a bus going that way. That way being westbound, yeah, in 10 minutes. So specifically outside of Cambridge North Station, I believe is the, what is it, the B bus, I think? There's the A and B routes. The A goes all the way to, like, St Ives, and the B goes to Hinchingbrook. I'm pretty sure. I'll find out as I go along. Unsurprisingly, as you can probably tell, I've gone in blind. So, yeah. But it becomes every 10 minutes after this stop. It's just 20 minutes here. Okay, and we're off. So, let's go to a few of the stops on the busway. So I decided to go, I think, 3 stops out, mainly just to escape the urban built-up areas. And yeah, we'll have a look at some of the stops down the line. So Histon and Impington, this is the first station, not station, it's a stop because it's buses, but definitely built on the site of an old station. I think this was built on the site of, well, just, the station was called Histon, but the busway stop is called Histon and Impington. Assuming because there's 2 places called Histon and Impington nearby. I do also feel like, compared to the Lee busway, that the Cambridgeshire busway has a slight bit more of a tram feel to it. I don't know why, just kind of does. You know, since the cafe next to the place is called the Station House, I am inclined to believe that it might be the old Station House. Just a theory I have. Anyway, I think I can already see another bus coming. That's the 10-minute frequency for you. It's insane. It's a brilliant day today. I've picked a lovely day for it, to come out and visit this place. Wow, these buses have got full entire sockets. That's quite cool. Not quite sure why Google Maps gets so confused at the route of the busway. Like, it keeps thinking we divert off of it. But no, it is just straight through. Thank you. So here we are now at Oakington, which again looks very reminiscent of being an old station. So that's pretty cool. If it wasn't obvious by now, the Cambridgeshire Guided Busway is built on an old rail alignment. I believe it went from Huntingdon to Cambridge, and well, specifically the guided section is a little bit in the south of Cambridge, and then from Cambridge North to St Ives, and then it runs on street all the way to Huntingdon. So when this busway was being constructed in the late noughties, essentially, it was built as a busway because it was deemed to be a lot more cost-effective than building the entire railway, or having the entire railway restored. Though I do believe there have been some hiccups that the busway has encountered, meaning maybe building it as a busway wasn't the best idea, but oh well. Welcome to UK urban planning. Ah, I see, you've got some information displays here, although they are... At least this one is very, very dim. I can hardly see it at all in just how bright it is outside. Like, this screen is so dark. Next bus is due, apparently. Hinging. Oh my god. Because, like, there's condensation here as well, so it's, like, impossible to... Oh my god. I can also see in the corners, like, Windows logo and, like... I'm just... With how the UI looks, is that, like, Windows 98 or something that these run on? Like... What is it with technology running on, like, really old Windows versions? Once again, these buses have got full entire plug sockets on them. This is incredible for buses. I hardly ever see that. So here we are now at Longstanton Park and Ride. This appeared to be quite a busy stop. More than half the people on the bus ended up getting off. So yeah, I've been on 3 different models of bus now for all 3 journeys I've done. Like every single journey I've taken so far, all 3 of them, I've had a different model of bus. Not that I could name them, because I don't know enough about buses to do that, but that's been interesting. Okay, yeah, these displays are very, very dim. That wasn't just an anomaly at that previous stop. Yeah, these are very hard to see in daylight. So whilst the stop is named Longstanton, we're actually in the, well, we're in another sort of smaller town called Northstowe, which is a new town, and by new town I mean genuinely, it's a very new town. It was only established in the 2010s, I think. So yeah, it's all very, very new build stuff around here. I see there's a place here called Bug Hunter Waters, and there seems to be a nice walk you can do. If I continued down that path for a while, I'd end up at a big lake, and I could go and walk around it. That sounds very nice, particularly in this weather, but unfortunately today I'm on a bit of a tight schedule, so I can't do that, but yeah, something to come back for and see. But yeah, I definitely would not mind living here. This looks very pretty. Definitely a fan of this place. Right, I guess we'll just continue this fashion of getting off at every stop linearly until we get to St Ives. Alright then, welcome to Swavesey. It's, I've only just noticed now that a few of the stops have still got the COVID, like, stay 2 meters apart things on the floor. I love how, like, how many relics of COVID there are still lying around in public transport places. Let's have a little look just around the outside of this stop, because I've not really done that with any of them yet. So let's give that a look. Yes, Station Road. I'm assuming that this was the site of a station as well then. So we've got a church and a graveyard. That's something. We have sheep. Oh my god. But yeah, so this is the actual village itself of Swavesey. This is very nice, very pretty. Yeah. Wow. I like Cambridgeshire. Cambridgeshire's just got a lot of nice places in it. So I'm under the impression that there's one more stop between Swavesey and St Ives, so we'll get off at that one stop between Swavesey and St Ives, then go to St Ives. Thank you. Well, this is a very unique looking stop. Huh. Fen Drayton Reserve. So I'm assuming that there is a reserve for Fen Drayton. This appears to be some sort of nature reserve location. Let's see. So, finding your way around, you've got some short trails and, well, a lot of lakes for the fens, I'd assume. Wow. Now this is nice. This is good. This is great for a penultimate stop on the journey. I definitely chose the right day to come here, with the weather and everything. This has made this place look very nice. Yeah. There's something that hits different about just being like middle of nowhere near some like water in a field with the faint sound of a plane going by. It's just a happy place, as some people would say. Right, here's the other lake we can get a little bit closer to. And by a little bit, I mean we can get right to the edge of the lake. This is very, very nice. I really like it. This definitely takes the cake as my favourite stop on this route. Yeah. Definitely come here. Would definitely recommend that. Anyway, yeah, this stop is rather unique. Huh. Never really seen anything like it before. Anyway, so the next stop is St Ives. So we'll get the next bus out of here. Guess we're going to get that bus down there at this very, yeah, very interesting layout. Alright, onwards to St Ives, which is the end of the guided section. And here we are now, in St Ives. Not to be confused with St Ives in Cornwall, that is very far away from here. So after here, the bus carries on the street, just regular street running, like a normal bus, and yeah, continues all the way to Huntingdon, So, yeah. Though, I'm not going to go all the way to Huntingdon because then I'd just be riding on a regular bus, and who wants to see that? So, that was the Cambridgeshire guided busway, and my first ever experience riding it. The longest guided busway in the world, so that's pretty cool. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, let me know of other places I can go that have cool things about them, if you wish, and yeah. Thank you for watching, see you next time. Goodbye. And of course, a huge shout out to all my patrons and channel members who are listed on screen now. Thank you all very much for supporting the channel.